This is your Taurus weekly reading for August 11th. August, end of summer already. That went so fast. Ooh, we're starting with this deck today. Okay. Uh-oh. Doing things a little differently. Here we go. 8 of Pentacles. King of Cups. Are you emotionally led right now, Taurus? Are you feeling it? Couple things popping out to me. Are you spending a lot of time on the computer or the internet? 3 of Pentacles. And, oof. So let's just say that I feel that Taurus has their mindset on relationship. I can just tell you, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, 4 cups cards, and the Lover's card. So the Lover's card is the first major card that pops out to me. Also the Ace of Cups. Remember we were talking together about Aries. Hi, C. So we have the Ace of Cups. Cups is a pivot point, right? Remember, you also have the Queen of Swords, so you're making some decisions, but you have the Lover's card. Where's the other major I was looking at? So that's your only major card in here today. That's right. Okay. Double checking. Oh, no, I thought I said another one. And the Sun. So tension. So you might be receiving some attention from the opposite sex in this next little phase. You have the Lover's card. Sometimes the Lover's card is good and sometimes it's a little challenging, mostly because it's typically depicted in other decks. It's no coincidence that I picked this one today, but in other decks, it typically represents that there's always a little bit of a divide or that there's something that's keeping you from one another. You have the Sun card, so you're getting a lot of attention right now. Page of Cups is referencing that new beginning with someone new. For some of us, though, the Page of Cups can be a moment where we're having a new phase with our person, the new honeymoon phase with our individual. So with the 8 of Pentacles, what we're come from is the beginning sentence really had a lot to do with being in your feelings, feeling stuck. We have the 8 of Pentacles, which is repetition and redundancy. I might get it right this time. That's why we do things over and over in practice, because this person is perfecting a thing. Okay, so as we're having this moment where we're trying to get things right, there's a little bit of hard times in the past that we're measuring things against, and we have quite a hopeful future. But there is a card in here that I don't really like, which is the 4 of Swords. And I don't know if this means that something's off or you have this mental state where you feel like the other shoe is about to drop. We do see an end result, 4 of Wands, as commitment. So what is it you're committed to right now? What is it you say you want? We have the King of Cups. If you listen to me often enough, you know that my court cards aren't always male and female. They have more to do with affect and behavior. We have the King of Cups, and that's emotional intelligence, how we execute the display of our emotions. So right now, Taurus is coming from a place of emotional intelligence and wanting to, be articulate with how we feel. So we also, in turn, have a couple cards for being short-tempered. So I wonder if things aren't going the way you want them to. We have the Queen of Swords. If you listen to me long enough, you hear me call this the bitch card. This is being exact, speaking from the heart. You know, some people don't like authority coming from a woman, or they don't like strong-willed behavior. And this tends to be it. This is the Queen of Swords. So following by the Knight of Swords. So maybe the delivery hasn't been all that great in your communication lately. Swords is air, swords is communication. So has your delivery been kind of off? Because I'm seeing impulsive behavior with the Knight of Cups. There is a Urban Dictionary word that I like to use for this card here, the 4 of Cups. Has to do with a tryst, sex and sexuality, somebody who wants all of the commodity and none of the work. Begins with an F and ends with boy. So this card sometimes has that tendency to be like superficial in a way. And so what we're looking for is depth, and we're being very exact with our boundaries. We're making sure that we are really not getting snowballed here. Looks like a lot of pragmatism. I had pragmatism coming up in the very first few cards with Aries, right? Vetting the individual. But I see that you're already doing it, so to speak, rather than this being the warning of like, don't be worried about playing with this energy. This is like you already speaking to your boundaries. And I kind of love it. I kind of love it a lot. And I'm wondering if some of you out there didn't meet somebody on a dating site recently with this three of Pentacles. So interestingly enough, even though we have, like, it seems a little bit toward the negative and cautionary sign, but you got to take some pride in being able to see some of these behaviors coming and be able to see someone's, you know, need-based behavior versus clearly saying where they want to go. You're actually got some recognition where it's like, yeah, I see where I'm coming from. Where are you coming from? Queen of Wands, what we do. Queen of Swords, what we say. A little bit of both. So I feel like you're speaking to your truth right now, right? Even though you want this new beginning, you're being very careful with your boundaries. And I love it. Let's pull some cards for you from the other deck and see what your moon reading is. Taurus. Moon. All right, Taurus moon. To get your one-on-one, visit karmaondeck.com and book your session for an in-depth reading. If you want to hang out with me, please join me on my YouTube. You can also take the spiritual mentorship on if you're looking to dial in your spiritual practice and you really want to get that dialed in. I'll teach you some meditation, some Reiki, a little astrology and tarot. Or just jump on one of my classes, tarot or meditation. Here we go. All right. Taurus moon. Ugh. All right, so internal dialogue is kind of crazy right now. You keep going back and forth. You have the Lover's card again in your moon reading. There's your congruency. So some of you really do have your head caught up in relationship. But I was coaching a recent client. I love you, darling. You know who you are. I was saying, you know, love and good behavior don't often go hand in hand. Sometimes they do. And sometimes it takes this push to get people to be a little stronger, right? This back and forth where we're beating ourselves up about making choices. We have the Nine of Cups, a little bit of anxiety. And this client I was talking to recently is sometimes our relationships can be so symbiotic that we don't recognize that some of the energy that we're playing with might be coming from our partner or the person we're breaking up with. And we're hearing the reflections of all these thoughts. Get yourself in some salt, do a spirit bath or an aura bath, wash your hands with salt. See if that doesn't break that negative feedback loop a little bit, because sometimes we mirror other people's energy and don't realize it, right? And the conversation that we had during this coaching session was relationship breakups and relationship troubles can often feel like grief. We go through these stages. One minute we want to punch them in the throat. Another minute we want to just beg to come back. I'll do anything. The bargaining, resentment, anger, you know, denial. I can't believe this is happening. And I'm seeing some of these emotions coming up for you. I'm seeing the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, like he's talking about it and conflicted about it. The Lover's card. I'm seeing a little lack of sleep. So some of you are obsessing about the problem and unable to see the end of it. Sometimes muddy water is best cleared when we leave it alone, right? Because I'm seeing this anxiety and overwhelm. A little bit of the Tower card. You're really feeling like your world is shaken right now. And again, the King of Cups. So you do have this EQ, but you're questioning it. Don't doubt yourself like at all. San, is this for you? You're a Taurus, yes? Okay, so, and again, you have the Six of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands as well in the other one. So you're getting some recognition. So, you know, people are going to start to notice that you're standing up for yourself and you're holding the line, so to speak. You also have the Sun card. So, you know, you really are thinking a little too much, I think, but you're coming up on a place where you have to make decisions, right? That's that Ace of Swords energy. Where'd it go? Ace of Swords. And then you have in the very center of your reading the High Priestess. And what does she tell us? To trust ourselves. So the High Priestess is really going to have you in your feelings quite a bit. But whatever your intuition is telling you, it's highly recommended that you trust it. If you can't vet the details and find the information, fine. Your subconscious mind is doing the work for you. So trust your feelings. We don't give that enough credence sometimes. If it feels off, it usually is. Cancer, that's right, Sam. It's Sally, that's Taurus. All right. All right, so your card for the week for your Oracle card is Destiny, astrology. Have you looked at your aspects lately to see like what is playing with your moods? It might be of benefit to see what your aspects are and figure out what's in play. So astrology, what is your destiny? What is your alignment? So this card here talks about sometimes some of the things that happen to us are in the flow of lessons, and we need to step back, unplug a little bit. Muddy water's best cleared when we leave it alone so we can see to the bottom, unplug it and plug it back in. So what's in alignment, right? This is also going along the lines of the fate card, destiny. This has to do with time, timing, allowing things to unfold as they should. And sometimes when we feel stuck, or sometimes when we have something that's in motion or moving, we have a very impatient society where we kind of expect things to happen quickly. And there is this call for patience here. I'm not getting the hangman where it's stuck energy, but there's this call for patience. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. I love your company on YouTube, so please come on by and subscribe. That's my favorite platform, and it's a little more consistent where you can find your readings in the playlist and stuff. I want to thank you again for hanging out with me. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm going to be coming right back with